We moved in almost 2 weeks ago now. And I'm finally able to make my own coffee again. Make sure you bloom that bitch. This is such a nice way to make coffee though, especially if you don't have any fancy tools. Thrifted these old Italian mugs for 65 cents each. Yes, you read that right. Yo, what's going on? Today we're going to be talking about some of my personal favorite fragrances for the fall season. This video is just my opinion. You don't have to get any of these. These are by no means the best fragrances for fall. It's completely subjective, but I am very passionate about fragrances. I have over 100 bottles. I've been collecting for quite some time and I know what I like. This time of the year, in my opinion, is arguably like the best time of the year for fragrances just because my taste is more on that soft, vanilla, amber, woody, tobacco-y, smoky side of things as opposed to like the fresh citrus that you used to smelling in the warmer months. So I just want to go over, again, my favorites for this time of the year. This is a list for men, but there are some on here that are completely unisex. And also, in my opinion, most fragrances are just unisex anyway. You can wear anything as long as you kind of like make it your own and like style it in a way that works with like your outfit and your vibe. Doesn't matter what you wear as long as you have fun with it and it suits you and you love it. That's all that matters. So let's dive right into it. Starting with Old Fashioned from the brand Killian. This is a very sweet and warm, spicy fragrance, perfect for like the fall and even the winter. It comes in this beautiful bottle, clearly drawing inspiration from the cocktail and just how you get served whiskey in a glass. Now, what I love about this is when you spray it initially, if you're a whiskey or a scotch drinker, this smells identical to when you put your nose in the glass and just take that first sniff of like a nice scotch or possibly a bourbon, but more like that smokiness from the scotch. It's almost identical to what you get out of like the alcohol itself. And I've heard people call fragrances boozy all the time, and like I kind of get it, but in my opinion, this is truly a boozy fragrance. Maybe that's just because my alcohol of choice when I did drink was whiskey or scotch. It's easier for me to sort of connect the dots there, but I think they did a great job of emulating what it's like to sort of open a bottle of whiskey, pour it in a glass and take that first smell. After that initial sort of wave, you've got like the sweetness and the spiciness coming through. And I think that this fragrance is perfect for like the weekend, you know, you want to go meet some girls, just sort of elevate your attractiveness for the evening. I think this would do the job. Now, do I think you need this fragrance? Absolutely not. Coming in at $357 for 50 milliliters. Honestly, don't buy it. I think that's just kind of crazy. I don't know what's been going on with fragrance brands lately, or just honestly everything in general, but fragrances specifically have just become so expensive. Like, when did we start accepting that like the new normal for fragrances is $140 Canadian for a bottle? Like, it just makes no sense to me. I understand that Killian is a designer brand. They have like a whole niche line of fragrances, which are beautiful, to be fair. But I think that price point kind of just pushes a lot of people away. I think if this was like $180, then it would maybe be worth it because it is sort of unique. But again, there are other fragrances out there where you don't have to spend almost $400 to achieve this sort of vibe. So although it's amazing, I can't in good conscience tell you to go buy this unless, you know, you have a lot of money and you don't care, then go nuts, do your thing. Honestly, all the power to you. This was sent to me by them. That is one of the benefits of doing what I do. So if you want to get all these good fragrances, become a content creator. Okay, next up, this is one of my personal favorite fragrances. I spend my own money on this. This is De Los Santos from Byredo. Now, I purchased the 50 mil at, I believe I bought it at Whole Renfrew or something, and I don't remember the price, but 100 mil is $422 Canadian. Now, this is an expensive fragrance, but to me, oh my God, it was worth every penny. Now, This is actually so good, it's insane. This is hard to describe. Online, it says it's musky, which like, okay, I guess, but it's this really smooth, ethereal, like woody musk. And it's also fresh, but not citrusy fresh. More just like crisp fall air, warm, not even warm, just like a crisp fall air, like walking through a forest, musky, fresh. And God, it's good. It is very like light, almost like gentle and powdery, but it does project. And in my opinion, this is the best fragrance from the brand or the house Byredo. I have a few of them. I've got Super Cedar. I've had Sunday Cologne. I really want Cellier. That's on my wish list. But to me, this one, I needed to have it. It is so fantastic. If you're going to blow the bank on a fragrance, I definitely think this could be something that would be worth spending your money on. Now, if you're not familiar with this, but you are familiar with Le Labo Santal 33, I think it's called. I'm not saying this smells like that because truthfully it doesn't smell like that whatsoever. But what I'm saying is it's kind of in the same family in a way. Like it's just got that same like smooth vibe to it, and God, it's amazing. So if you can smell this one in person, definitely go for it. Give it a wear, walk around. I bet you're gonna get noticed, to be honest with you. But do not blind by it because it is kind of a unique fragrance. Unless you're like a collector and like you don't care and money again isn't an issue for you, then you know, whatever, try it out. But this is one of my personal favorites in my whole collection, and I will continue to rebuy this probably as long as I live. I absolutely love it. My girlfriend and I share this. It's perfectly unisex in my opinion. When she wears it, I'm jealous because I'm like, God, you smell good. I wish I put that on. And it kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you, but it's amazing and I get to experience it anyway. But yeah, this is one of my favorite fragrances, literally of all time. And I don't even know if I've spoken much about it on camera, but now you're hearing it for the first time. Definitely check it out if you get an opportunity. And if you have smelled this or you do like it or you don't like it, let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this. I'm curious to know what everybody else thinks and how you would describe it, because I don't know if I'm doing a great job, but I'm doing my best. Okay, next. This one is called L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum, and this is from Guerlain. Now this fragrance is, as you can see, I'm halfway done it. This thing is fantastic. I've got the Eau de Toilette, but I think this one smells the best out of all of the L'Homme Ideal line. This is like cherry, vanilla, almond, maybe light tobacco, like really deep in there, but it's just a sweet cherry, vanilla, almond fragrance. It is very mature smelling. Honest to God, not many fragrances smell like this, but I would say if you like Tom Ford Lost Cherry, this is more of a mature and less like sweet cherry in your face fragrance, but similar vibe. Like it has that same sort of vibe to it. And I think this one is done way more beautifully than Tom Ford Lost Cherry, which in my opinion is amazing, but overrated. This is fantastic. Again, don't blind buy it. Although I think most people when they smell this would be like, wow, that is good. I don't think it's worth blind buying, but definitely if you can get your hands on this to smell it in person, it is totally worth a try. This is also one of the most affordable fragrances in this list, believe it or not. I don't know if the price went down or they changed the formulation, so be careful when you buy it, but you can get this on Amazon for $126 right now, which to me is mind-blowing because it is toe-to-toe with all of the fragrances in this list today. This performs really well, but I've had it for a while, so perhaps this is an older formulation and maybe they've sort of dumbed it down and it's not as great anymore, but this fragrance is worth your attention. I know it's been out for a while. You don't really smell many people with this on, and it's super unique, and I think you're gonna like it. So if you can, try it out. Again, L'Homme Ideal, this is the Eau de Parfum. Next up, I'm gonna talk about a fragrance that had its moment on the internet probably 4 or 5 years ago and is really big in Europe. I don't even think you can buy this in North America anymore, so please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Oh, and by the way, I will do my best to link every single fragrance in this video in the description below for you. I will put the links to like Sephora or Amazon or wherever I can find them. So check down there if you're curious to pick one up for yourself. But this one is called Dior Homme Intense. Now, if you know anything about fragrances or you follow like, I don't know, Jeremy Fragrance or whatever back in the day or any fragrance influencer, you've likely heard about this. This is amazing for fall, winter. This smells powdery, like a woman's powdery lipstick or makeup bag. Like when you open their makeup bag, you get the powdery lipstick smell. That is exactly what this smells like. And it is so intoxicating and it is so delicious. And I don't even know where I got it. I think I used to be part of like Facebook groups that were swapped fragrances. And I think I was able to get this from somebody because you can't buy this. Like now the Dior Homme Intense is like reformulated and doesn't smell the same. So you can't really find this anymore, but if you can get your hands on it, definitely try it out. And I'm sure you've probably smelled it already before. Maybe you're sick of it, which is totally valid, but I've been sort of saving it because I don't want it to run out and I don't want to be without this fragrance forever. Once it's gone, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it again. And I'm not just trying to tease you guys and flex that I have this and you can't get it. I'm sure you can find it somewhere, but I will give you an alternative that you can get that is almost identical and honestly, maybe even a little better. But before I show you the alternative, this again is the old formulation of Dior Homme. So this is Dior Homme, and then this is Dior Homme Intense. This one, just to me, is soft, buttery, powdery, and gentle, almost like it's not there. Super clean smelling fragrance, and I love it. Very underrated in my opinion. I think that one overshadows this tremendously, and it's not necessarily justified. But I tried smelling this in the store last year, and they completely changed the formulation. This now smells like Creed Aventus, and it's got the same name and same bottle, so just be careful when you buy this one. Or if you look for this one, because again, it's just not the same anymore. I don't know why they changed it so much, but I love it. This is perfect for like a chic outfit, something simple for the fall, like nothing too crazy. You just want to blend in, but you want to smell good. And if someone gets close to you, they like notice your fragrance. This is definitely one of them. But if you want something that smells like Dior Homme Intense, this one, Valentino Uomo Intense. This thing, I broke the lid here, but this thing, oh man. So these are both lipsticky, makeup, powdery smelling fragrances. They almost exactly. I don't think this would exist without this, to be honest with you. This one came later and clearly copied it, tried to dethrone it, possibly succeeded. More iris in this one. Hold on. I'm just trying to pull up the notes that they say here so you can get an idea. I don't want to just describe it on my nose because I'm probably wrong. Okay, so they say the main accord is vanilla. I think it's more iris, but that's me personally, maybe when it dries down. But they say vanilla, iris, powdery, leather, violet, sweet, earthy, aromatic, animalic, amber. I would say iris, powdery, sweet. Those are the three main takeaways that I would describe this one as, but that again is just my nose, but definitely powdery and definitely iris. Those are the main things here. This is so seductive and warm and cozy, and like you can wear this with the coziest outfit, but I feel like you could also dress this up in a suit. I just think this is perfect. Also, I think you could share this with your girlfriend, absolutely no problem. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. As you can tell, I definitely have sort of a preference with fragrances and my style, so maybe this isn't everybody's style, and I totally understand that, but for me personally, I love like a warm, seductive, cozy, comforting fragrance, especially in the fall, and hints of vanilla is always nice. This one accomplishes that tremendously. Also, the bottle's pretty cool. You know, I don't think the bottle reflects what's inside whatsoever, so definitely don't judge a book by its cover here, but fantastic and worth your attention. Next on my list is a fragrance from the brand Aesop. This one is something I've wanted for a long time, and I don't know why I never pulled the trigger on it. I actually had to wait until my girlfriend got this for me for my birthday. This is Marrakech Intense from Aesop, I don't care, correct me down below. This is my favorite fragrance from the house. Oh my God, it's so good. This is definitely like a warm fragrance, very spicy. Let's see how they describe it. So it's described as warm, spicy, aromatic, woody, and rose, which I didn't even know, but maybe there's some rose in there. And it says the spices are cardamom, cloves. I definitely think I can smell the cloves more than the cardamom. This is a very, very good fragrance. And in my opinion, Aesop is not known for fragrances that perform well whatsoever. This is the best performing of all of the fragrances from this brand, without a doubt. It lasts the longest. It smells the most sort of intense. It is quite a unique fragrance. Even though some of these other fragrances are warm, spicy, this one also being described as warm, spicy doesn't do it justice because it's just so different. All the ingredients in here are natural ingredients. Definitely one of my favorite fragrances. This is more like your casual outfit, your subdued look. You want to be calm and cozy, and you're not trying to like impress the masses or go to like a crazy rave or party. This is just more of an everyday fall fragrance. This is great. And for $190 for 100 ml in today's world isn't too crazy. I wouldn't really spend that on their other fragrances very often just because, again, they don't have that performance. But because this one does have that performance and it is the most unique of all of their fragrances, in my opinion, I think it could be justified. So take with that what you will. You don't have to go out and buy this, but if you are, walking by a boutique and you want to go smell the fragrances, this one is the one that I would recommend the most, and probably one of the more popular ones from the brand for good reason. All right, next up, I'm going to be talking about one of my personal favorite fragrance houses, period. I think almost every single fragrance they make is pure magic, amazing performance, decent price point, and good value for money. You also get bigger bottles. You can get 75 ml and also 125 ml, which to me is just awesome, because if you want to splurge and get like something a little more expensive, you can. So just to put it in perspective, you can get 125 mLs of this fragrance from Parfums de Marly for around $330 US. But if you wanted to buy this 50 ml fragrance, which is almost 1/3 the amount of liquid you get in this from Tom Ford, you're gonna be paying $403. That's US pricing. So this, almost 1/3 the size of this, is $403, and this one is $330. Insane, right? So let's talk about Darley. This is, in my opinion, one of the best fragrances from the house Parfums de Marly. I also have Pegasus. I've owned Godolphin, which is the Tom Ford Tuscan leather equivalent, maybe even a little better, more of like a fruity note in there that I really, really enjoy. But look how beautiful this is. It's absolutely stunning. That's what it looks like on the side. And then this isn't gonna come across on camera, but this cap weighs as much as this bottle. Like this thing is, it weighs a ton. I love it. It feels so expensive. Oh my God, and it smells expensive. This, in my opinion, is a man's fragrance. This is so masculine and mature, but sexy and sweet and playful and seductive all at the same time. Perfect for the fall, winter. Not much in the summer, but God damn it, this smells freaking amazing. This is, if you're curious to what this smells like, this almost smells identical to the original Le Male, you know, the fragrance that looks like the bust from Jean Paul Gaultier. That is basically what this smells like. However, this, I would say, has a little bit more of the spicy notes to it, specifically a cinnamon vibe, but it also doesn't smell as like, let's go do white powdery substances and go clubbing all night and party like, you know, we're 22 years old. It's more of a mature, wealthy, like rich vibe. I have to smell them side by side to really understand what I mean, but this thing is like the grandfather to Le Male. Le Male is the partier, the getting messed up on weekends, and then this is just the mature, rich Bruce Wayne in his manner who like can't be bothered to go out and party, who drinks like $300 scotch, but also loves a good time. This thing is so freaking good. Please do not just go buy these fragrances blindly because of this video. I really want you guys to smell them in person. That is exactly what I did with this one. Although, in my opinion, if you've smelled Le Male, you're gonna love this if you're more of a mature man, or, you know, you're not like I said earlier, like a partier or whatever, like you really just like to like feel and smell sophisticated, and you know what Le Male smells like. You can buy this safely and not be disappointed, but please just go smell it in store if you can before you like make a big purchase like this. But look at the size of this bottle. Absolutely incredible. So stunning. The whole house is worth checking out. My favorites personally are Pegasus, Herod, Leighton, Darley. What else do I like? Godolphin. Pegasus, Leighton, Herod, Darley, Godolphin. Those are like the 5 best ones from the house. In the summer, Greenlee is very nice. Smells like Green Irish Tweed from Creed. And there's a new one that came out. What is it called? It is called, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Altair. It is the rust orange color bottle. This honestly smells fantastic, but in my opinion, it's a little too much. And you know what it smells like? If you grew up buying, you know, fragrances for like Walmart and stuff, there was one called Ferrari. It smells exactly like that. That's exactly what it smells like. So personally, I love the smell, but I don't need to wear that on my skin. If I smelled it on someone else, I would enjoy it, but I don't really know what time or place would be appropriate for that one. So yeah, anyway, this is one of my favorites from Parfums de Marly. Not even talked about nearly enough in my opinion. Check it out if you can. Okay, I promise we're almost done. We have 1, 2, 3 more, and I'm gonna finish off with a very obscure fragrance, something that you've definitely never heard of before, so stick around to the end if you wanna know what it is, and it is absolutely fantastic. But before we do that, we're gonna talk about one of my favorite fragrances from the house, Jo Malone. This is called Myrrh and Tonka, and in my personal opinion, and I'm sure you would agree with me if you smelled this, this is probably the most unisex fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. This is perfect for a man and perfect for a woman. It is Myrrh and Tonka. Oh my God, it smells so good. So if the name, oh my God, if the name Myrrh and Tonka doesn't describe this well enough for you, it's basically the smooth vanilla wood mixed with, I guess it's like basically the smooth like wood mixed with Tonka, which is like this vanilla like vibe. It's just a smooth woody vanilla. It is very in line with like the powdery fragrances like Dior Homme Intense we talked about. Obviously that is something that I enjoy. This smells amazing on a woman and amazing on a man. This is basically like if what's it called? Poison, the little apple fragrance for girls, grew up and became more of like a sophisticated rich woman. I think that's kind of what this smells like. But again, it works for men and women. I'm not gonna talk too much about this because it just speaks for itself. If you can try it, definitely check it out. I have I think this is like a 30 mil. No, so I have the 50 mil. I purchased this with my own money. Absolutely love it. I feel like I have to say when I buy things with my own money because like we get gifted so much. But honestly, everything I've shown so far, except the first one and the next one, I've purchased with my own money. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm trying to be as honest as possible. This one I love. And my favorite one from the house of Joe Malone that I guess is tied with this one is Velvet Rose and Oud. Rose is one of my favorite fragrance notes of all time. I know it doesn't seem like it because we haven't talked about it here, but that fragrance is just so amazing. So I think if I ever bought another Joe Malone fragrance, it would be Velvet Rose and Oud. And I also really love this one. So check it out if you can. I promise you're probably gonna like it. Excuse me. I would say most of these are very like mass pleasing, but again, do your research. All right, next up, if you've been following me, you may have seen this in my recent video that I just posted, but this is Tom Ford Black Lacquer. This was a gift. That's what it looks like. This, oh my God, there we go. This was sent to me from Tom Ford. What an amazing package to receive because I've been a fan of this brand for years and years. And look, sometimes people in the comments piss me off because they're like, oh my God, like no one screams for a fragrance or like a product like somebody who got it for free. To be honest with you, I get stuff for free all the time. I don't show half of it, and I'm brutally honest with the things that I review. This is incredible. And I'm not just saying that because I got it for free. I would buy this, 100%. I love this so much. This is like, oh my God, this is so good. Okay, my favorite fragrance of all time is Venetian Bergamot from Tom Ford. I've got 3 bottles upstairs. All of them are empty except one. And when you spray this fragrance initially, there's like a moment where it smells like Venetian Bergamot. And that is a very personal feeling for me because that fragrance got me started on this whole journey with scents and fragrances. And that is why I have this collection of bottles. And that's why I'm talking to you right now. It's because of Tom Ford Venetian Bergamot. So when I sprayed this for the first time, I smelled that, I fucking flipped out. I was so happy because Venetian Bergamot is discontinued and you can't get it anymore. So it's very sad and heartbreaking that I have to, once this bottle is gone upstairs, live without it. But this immediately triggered me and brought me back 8, 9, 10 years ago when I first discovered that fragrance and just made me so happy. Now that doesn't mean it smells like Venetian Bergamot. This actually kind of resembles the name Black Lacquer very accurately in the first 5 seconds. It smells like you're just smelling nail polish in the best possible way. This fragrance is so good. I would argue perfectly unisex, but if you're a woman and you're gonna wear this, you gotta be more on like, I would say the goth side or very powerful, like corporate, like just a very dominant vibe to you. This thing is so good. It is woody, it is spicy, it smells like Palo Santo, incense, nail polish at the beginning, and also like when you're sharpening a pencil, like the pencil shavings, but it's also smooth and oh my God, it is just incredible. And I love this fragrance. For fall, winter, I think this is perfect, especially if you're going out to an event and you want to look and smell expensive and you're dressing up. This would suit you perfectly. Again, not very casual of a fragrance, but you can also look expensive while being casual. You can just have like a really chic, dark look to you while wearing cozy clothes and some sneakers if you want, getting out of a nice car. This is something that would suit that sort of vibe. This is not like an everyday fragrance, but God damn it, I would love to smell this every day because it is so good. So if you can smell it in person, definitely try it. Probably not for everybody, and I totally understand if you hate this, but me personally, I just feel so like attached to it, and I love it. I'm so happy I have it in my collection. I love it, I love it, I love it. Check it out if you can. All right, when I started on my fragrance journey, I blind bought a lot of fragrances. Most of them I don't have anymore because it's not smart to blind buy fragrances, but one of them I did because the name intrigued me, and I am so happy I bought it. It is called Field Notes from Paris and is by Ineke. Now, I've never heard of this perfumer before. Her Instagram isn't even active. I don't even know if she's still doing this, but the website is up, so I think you can buy it. And I believe it's only like $160 for this. Let me just fact check myself. It's $125 for 75 ml. Amazing value. Fragrantica says the top note is white floral. I'm pretty sure they're all out to lunch because no, it's not. So it's described as an Oriental fougere fragrance. or a woody oriental, and that I will agree with. But it is stunning. Comes in this cute little box. This is what the bottle looks like. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. It's got the map from one of the districts in Paris on here. And then my favorite part is this nice little touch. It says, what does it say? Right here. Sweet scented Paris afternoons, life measured out in coffee spoons. And I just think that's a nice touch. To me, this smells like it's got a lot of patchouli in here, and in a good way, but this is unique. Oh my God, powerful. You've never smelled anything like this. And just a really cool fragrance to pull out. Honestly, like, I don't think you need this in your collection. I think there are more like basic or important fragrances for you to buy, especially for your day-to-day wear, than this. But if you like collect and you want to experiment and try new things, this is a really cool fragrance, and god damn it, it smells so good. Yeah, it's just one of the more unique fragrances I've ever smelled. Again, like, I think it's unisex. It's probably more for women, but I just think it's perfectly unisex. This to me, nice turtleneck, wearing darker colors, maybe like a heavy wool coat in the winter, 2 sprays because it's very powerful and lasts quite a while, and you're good to go. This thing is just like, I don't know, it just feels like nostalgic, or something about it just feels really, really cool. I know it's hard to pick up on fragrances and stuff over the camera, and I'm doing my best, but I don't know where you're gonna be able to try this. They do have a sampler set that you can buy. I'll link it down below in the description. Maybe just try out their fragrances. I don't love all of them. There's one that smells like pine needles, and I actually kind of like that one, but this one is by far like the best and worth your attention, to be honest with you. I've actually had it for like 4 years, and I've only used this much of it. I do save it, but it's also not something that like is justified all the time. So that's reflected in the amount that I still have left after that much time. I don't think it's something that you're gonna blow through, but honestly, if you're a girly looking for something unique, or a guy like looking for something to share with your girlfriend, or you just want to add it to the collection and change it up and smell different, like, this could be really cool. Otherwise, you'll just have to take my word for it, and maybe you'll bump into me in Toronto and smell it on me one of these days. I think I will wear this soon because, yeah, it is fantastic. But yeah, that is it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, you know what? I don't want to go back upstairs and get it, but one little bonus fragrance you could buy. I'll go get it. God damn it. All right, now, this is the point of the video where I give you probably the best recommendation for the money. Maybe, maybe not. Feel free to yell at me down below. If you like powdery, vanilla fragrances, this is the fragrance I wore all of high school, Givenchy Pi. I wore this in high school, and I wear it now, and I've been getting compliments my whole freaking life wearing this fragrance. Disclaimer, this bottle is from 2011. It is the original formulation. I also have another one from 2009. This is a newer one. See the difference? The logo is huge on this one, and it's small and in the bottom on this one. If you're gonna buy this from a group where you're swapping, look out for this one, but also due to its age, it may be soured by now. Thankfully, this is still fantastic. This is so good. Oh, this is the coziest, cleanest, most affordable fragrance in the powdery vanilla category I think you can buy that everybody's gonna enjoy on you. I think you can get this for like $100. You can get this for like $80 on Amazon. I'll link it down below. If you're gonna blind buy anything from this list, let it be this, please, because it's the most affordable, but it's also like super mass pleasing, very powdery. The vanilla comes from the note benzoin, so it is a synthetic note in here that gives you that vanilla scent, but that's to be expected at an $80 price point, but that's not a bad thing. Benzoin smells really good. So Tonka and benzoin, very powdery. That is exactly what this smells like. And man, every time I put this on, my girlfriend just wants to like grab me and cuddle me, more so than any fragrance I own. So I think for the money, and if that's the vibe that you're going for, this is definitely like worthy of your attention and a very necessary mention in this video. I can't believe I almost left it out. I was just too lazy to walk up the stairs, but oh god, so many fragrances in the air. But yeah, incredible. If you were to wear this in public, I would pick it out right away because I've had this my whole life and I love it so much. And I would be a little mad that like other people are wearing it, but you know what? Whatever. I'm not gatekeeping anything. I hate when people do that. I met a guy at the gym the other day. I was like, oh, you smell good, bro. Just like giving him a compliment. And he was like, oh, thanks. I was like, what are you wearing? He's like, oh man, I can't tell you, bro. Cause then like, you're gonna buy it. I'm like, dude, like, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. Like, tell me you're 17 without telling me you're 17. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. But dude, just like, don't gatekeep. It's so dumb. Like, what are you trying to protect yourself from? Me wearing the same fragrance as you in a city with 7 million people? Like, get lost. Anyway, that is the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I went on and on and on, but hopefully you learned something. Let me know your favorite fall, winter fragrances down below in the comments. I will put everything in the description as always. Please, if you like this video, like and subscribe. We are growing, but I have to ask you because 90% of you guys aren't subscribed to this channel, and I think you just should be. You keep coming back and you keep watching the videos, just click the button. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.